All right, so we'll make a start. If you'd like to come into lying down, obviously if you've got any issues with sound or picture, if you think obviously that there's something going on my end, just let me know. You can always unmute. Just take a little bit of time to relax. So coming into your chosen position now. Make sure that you've got everything that you need. If you suddenly feel like you've forgotten something, then please just you've still got time. You can go and get whatever you need. As you settle, we'll just start to pay a little attention to our breathing. Just see how the breath is flowing this evening. So as we know, when we pay a lot of attention to our breathing in yoga, because when our breath is shallow or irregular, it results in an insufficient oxygen supply. And then, of course, the accumulation of bodily waste and poisons and inadequate functioning of the body and the organs and the tissues. So just seeing how your breath feels and then paying attention to it. So just noticing and see if you can soften a little. So our breath is usually shallow and irregular when we're stressed, when we're really busy, when we're running around. So once we lie down and slow down, things will usually start to settle and the breath will start to slow and smooth out. So when the breathing is slow and smooth and deep, this leads to a clear and alert mind. And just close your eyes now and focus your awareness fully on your breath. Just following the rhythm of the breath as the breath flows in and as the breath flows out. Just holding your attention on the breath. Just this simple act of following the breath, using the breath as an anchor, will start to quite quickly allow the body to relax. It's like a little bit of magic. And of course, if the mind begins to wander, just keep bringing it back to the breath. So feel the belly rise, the ribs expand, the collarbones are rising up as you breathe in naturally and slowly. As you breathe out, we release all the air from the lungs without strain. In that little pause, we're preparing our lungs to receive fresh oxygen. And as we take in that full, deep inhalation, the air moving right into the bottom of the lungs. And again, the stomach is rising, the chest is expanding, the collarbone area is filling. And as you empty the lungs, feel all the air squeezed out. That stale air, carbon dioxide. It's letting go with the exhalation. Continue to follow this rhythm of the breath. Breathing in, the diaphragm is expanding. And this is massaging all the internal organs in the abdominal area, in turn aiding our digestion. As we breathe out, we can just relax a little bit more. We can let go, we can soften into the support of the ground or wherever we're lying. And just feel any internal knots hips untying as you soften and let go. When we breathe in, the diaphragm is stimulating the vagus nerve, slowing down the beating of the heart, bringing in relaxation. When you breathe out, again, we're letting go, we're softening just a little bit more with each outgoing breath. Breath healing, calming, and soothing. As we breathe in fully and completely, oxygen is entering the bloodstream and bringing with it nourishment for all the organs and the cells, bringing in protection. And when we breathe out, we naturally release any toxins with the exhalation. So the breath is cleansing and healing. As you breathe out now, just imagine exhaling confusion and inhaling clarity. Exhaling darkness and inhaling light. Exhaling hatred and inhaling love. Exhaling anxiety and inhaling peace. Exhaling selfishness and inhaling generosity. Exhaling guilt and inhaling forgiveness. Exhaling weakness and inhaling courage. Breathing in through the nose and just sigh the breath out through the mouth. And allowing the breath to deepen a little bit now. And now let it return to its normal and natural pace. So you continue to breathe in smoothly and slowly. The breath is steady and easy. Each time you breathe out, allow yourself to feel peaceful and calm and relaxed. If your mind wanders, just bring your attention back to the breath. Just noticing how you feel. All right, so we'll start to stretch out a little now through the body. So just taking your time. Reaching the arms overhead, stretch the legs out long. As the arms come back, just find the support of the ground beneath you and really let go. You can sigh the breath out, you can make a little bit of sound. It can be a nice yawning, sighing, releasing out breath as you just start to move into those stretches, really taking your time. The arms come back now, just gather the knees in towards the chest. So you're hugging your knees back towards you. And then just relax. You can have your eyes closed as she finds knee to chest pose. You can either have your hands on your shins or you can take your hands to the backs of your thighs and just notice where you can settle. Easing out through the vertebra. Notice if you put any tension into your face, allow the face to soften. And just relax into the pose. It's a good pose to relieve any stiffness or pain due to vertebral compression or misalignment in the lower back. So it's a good pose. If you've got things like back spasms, you can have quite a prolonged stay in Apanasana. Between 10 minutes and half an hour is renowned for its ability to relieve back spasms. It's also really good for menstrual cramps. And it frees up anything that's stagnant in the abdominal area, helping with circulation and promoting vitality. Just breathing into that stretch. Just allow the body to really settle, still being with your breath, inhaling, exhaling. Just tuck the chin a little. The belly is soft, the neck is long. And the back is just gently molding, settling. You can take any movement here if you wish, if you want to rock or if you want to circle to allow the back to settle a little bit more. Feel the lower back releasing. So tonight's practice, we're going to focus on all the areas of the spine, so the whole spinal column this evening. And then, so release the soles of the feet to the floor now. Bring the arms alongside the body. And then just begin with a gentle pelvic tilt. So you're rolling through the 5 vertebrae of the lumbar spine. Just a gentle undulation. And just try to allow the pelvis to flow. Quite freely, unimpeded. So on the out breath, you're just flattening your lower back into the mat. And on the in breath, the lumbar curve is coming back into resting. It's a very subtle movement. Just allow your abdominal muscles to gently guide the movement. It's gentle toning as well for the abdominal muscles. As you very gently ease out through the lower back, bringing that lovely fluidity to the pelvis. Second chakra, Svadhisthana, our water center. And you can use Ujjayi if you wish, nice ocean breath as you flow. And just find that stillness again. Just tuck the chin a little, lengthening through the back. Stay with your breath. Notice how you feel. So check in with your posture. Make any adjustments if you don't feel quite symmetrical. And just check that your feet are not too close together. So bring your feet to the release hip width apart. And then, so we've taken that vertical movement. We're going to take a horizontal movement now so that you massage the lower back from side to side. So we'll do that by pushing the left hip into the mat and just gently lifting up through the right. And then pushing the right hip into the mat and then lifting up through the left hip. So the knees stay facing up towards the ceiling. So make sure that your feet are not too close together. So it's very minimal movement of the knees. They're not rolling from side to side. They're just literally lifting one hip while you push the other hip into the floor and then moving to the other side. So just repeating that action. So you feel that through the lower part of your back, across your sacrum. The feet need to be quite wide so you get that side to side massage. Again, it's very subtle. Going into the edge of the hip. Moving with the breath. And then as we come back to center, just visualize that you have a clock face beneath your pelvis. And then roll your pelvis around the clock face. You can work initially in a clockwise direction. Easing pelvis through a circular rotation. Again, you'll feel that massage through the lower back. Just take your time, just getting into the edges of the hips. Just moving slowly with the breath. You might be able to do half a circle on the inhale and half on the exhale. Again, let your abdominal muscles guide the movements. It's a gentle toning of the abdominal muscles, which again is going to support the lower back. And then we'll take that movement in the opposite direction. Easing round that circle. Just take your time. So if you like a low to the ground practice, then this is it this evening. So you can really allow your body to rest. So if you're feeling quite tired, quite low energy, a low to the ground practice can be very nice. Very easeful. And then just come back to center, see how you feel. Take the feet wider and let the knees roll in. And then take your breath a little bit deeper. So as you breathe into the belly, let that breath really expand down into the pelvic region. Just take the arms away from the body a little. So you feel that fullness of breath. And really allow the sacral area of the lower back to soften into the mat. And then leave the feet in that wide position. Bring the knees to an upright position. And then as you breathe out, just roll the knees over to the left. As you breathe in, bring the knees back to center. And you decide how deep you would like this stretch to be. So it could be just a micro movement, or you could go a little bit deeper. See how you feel. So we start to feel that stretch through the hip, move from side to side, moving very gently with the breath. Just take that once more from side to side. Little noises going from you. Back to center. As you come back to center, just bring your feet closer together now and draw your right knee in towards the chest. Extend your left leg long along the length of your mat. Again, either take hold of your shin or you can take hold of the back of your thigh if you prefer. Again, just make any movements to allow the body to settle. You could have a cushion underneath your head that makes that position feel more comfortable. And then sweep that left leg to vertical. Really nestle the lower back into the mat. And then with that left leg to vertical, start to take some rotations through the ankle joint. So you're really releasing the energy around the ankle joint, just taking the foot around in circles, taking your time, easing out through any energy blockages. We'll take that movement the other way. And then as you come back to center, we're just going to release that leg long, again, along the length of your mat. And then inhale, take a full body stretch here, reach the arms all the way overhead. Just enjoy that stretch, extend away through the heels. And as the arms come back, gathering that left knee in towards the chest, like the left knee back towards you. Either you can have the hands on the shin or the back of the thigh again. And again, we're just going to lift that right leg to vertical this time. Just tuck the chin in slightly, make sure that the face is soft. Nestle the back into the mat and then take your ankle rotations on this side. Just taking your time with those movements. Just gently easing out. We'll take those movements in the opposite direction. And then as you come back to center, release and lower that leg all the way back down. And again, we'll take a full body stretch here. Nice inhale, reaching the arms overhead. As you exhale, as the arms come back, bring both knees in towards the chest. Exhale fully here. Bring your head and your knees close together, tuck the chin in. Inhale as the head comes back onto the mat. And then from there, so on your next in-breath, we're going to reach the arms and the legs to verticals. Have a big stretch through. You can reach your way through your heels and you can reach your fingertips skywards. And on the out breath, bring the arms alongside the body, bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Remove anything from underneath your head. Feet to hip width apart, palms down, arms alongside the body. Preparing for your bridge pose, push the feet into the floor and then peel the hips away from the mat. You can work the pelvic tilt if you don't want to come up into bridge. And then lift your chest towards your chin. And then just lift your chin a little. So there's a little space. And then lift to a height that feels comfortable for you. So we take the spine completely out of compression. Feeling that strength through the legs, strengthening through the glutes, opening up the front of the body. And then exhaling, just peel back down and really take your time as you release through the vertebra. It's as if the vertebra are a chain and you're coming back down smoothly, just one vertebra at a time, gently releasing. And then once more, draw that right knee in towards the chest, extend the left leg long. And then take your left hand onto your right knee. Extend your right arm either out on the diagonal, out to the right, or at shoulder height. Relax the shoulder. And then encourage your right knee to come over to that left side. So you're rocking over onto your left hip. So the knee may or may not reach the ground. You might find that you've only come a little way, that's fine. Just keep that right shoulder grounded. Breathing into that stretch. You can put some padding underneath that knee, or you can put padding underneath the shoulder if you wish. Breathing into that stretch, that's lovely. So as you release into the pose, so the pose can be a very deep stress reliever if you just hold it for a little bit of time. So opening up the lower lungs. Just focus on full and complete breathing here. So helping with flexibility in mid-back. Releasing the lower rib cage. So it can be good for asthmatics. So it can open up that upper abdomen and lower lung area. And also correct misaligned vertebra. So ideally you should feel the pose in your outer hips and thighs, not in your sacral region. So just noticing where you feel the stretch, just back off if you've gone a little bit too far. And then on the inhale, we're going to come back to center. So just gently unraveling from the pose, release that right leg long. Find symmetrical through your body and just notice what it feels from one side to the other. So you probably feel a little bit lopsided. And then draw that left knee in towards the chest. So you're hugging that left knee back towards you. Taking the right hand onto the left knee, extend that left arm out to the left. And then encourage the left knee to come over to the right by rocking over onto that right hip, keeping that left shoulder grounded. Make sure that you're not straining into the pose. And again, you bring some padding underneath the leg, underneath the knee and thigh area, underneath the lower leg if you wish, and some padding underneath that left shoulder if you wish, keeping the left shoulder grounded. You can either gaze skywards or you can turn your head off to the left, whichever feels most appropriate to you. Just coming into that abdominal twist on the other side, and notice how it feels on this side. Softening. Again, just feel the relaxation in the pose. So it shouldn't be a stress or a strain. You should find a position where you can relax. Opening up the lower lungs. So really focusing on your breath. And on the next inhale, just make your way back to center and extend that left leg long to join the right. Find Shavasana, if that's comfortable. You could bend your knees if you don't like to have your legs straight, outstretched. Have a space between your legs. You've got your legs extended, let the feet flop out. The belly, the pelvis, the hips be very open and receptive to the breath, to relaxation. Again, just notice how you feel. So you can turn your palms so that the palms are upright and the fingers are gently curled. And just be aware of temperature through the body, any areas of warmth, any areas of coolness. Notice how you feel. Notice how you feel in your energy levels. Notice how you feel in your mood. Notice how the breath is flowing. Notice if anything feels different. And again, we'll bend the knees. As you bend your knees, just roll over onto your left side so that the knees are well bent and stacked, legs are stacked. Have a cushion underneath your head. It can make it a bit more comfortable, or a pillow, or a blanket. And then extend your arms out at shoulder height so that you're palm on palm. And then on the inhale, draw the right fingertips up the inside of the left arm and let your head follow the movement as your right hand comes to the left shoulder. Glide the right fingertips across the front of the chest. Let the right shoulder settle, let the right arm settle as you extend your right arm out to the right. You can turn your gaze off to the right. As you come into your twist, again, just find that softness, find the breath. And then inhaling, bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center, adjust the body, find symmetrical, have your feet hip width apart, bring your arms alongside the body, remove any cushion from underneath your head, engage your feet into the mat, and then heel up into your bridge pose, or work with your pelvic tilt, lifting to a height that feels comfortable. Chest lifts up to chin, and then just lift the chin a little. So you've got that little space. Just take some big breaths there into the belly. Optional here, you can lift up through your right heel, just lifting the heel, and then release. And then lift up through your left heel. And release. And then an optional lift up through both heels. And then release. And then heel all the way back down through the vertebra. Again, we'll come down one vertebra at a time, gently release. As you come into base position, this time I'm going to roll over onto our right side. Again, you can have support underneath your head. Knees are well bent and stacked. Arms are extended out at shoulder height, palm on palm. Soften here. And then drawing left fingertips up the inside of the right arm. Head follows the movement, and the fingertips reach the shoulder. Just slide left fingertips across the front of the chest. Left shoulder grounds to the floor. Extend that left arm out to the left as your gaze is towards that left hand. Really softening into the breath. If the shoulder doesn't reach the floor, just bring the floor to the shoulder with some support. And then bring the head back to center. Bring the knees back to center. Again, rearrange the body. Find our bridge pose once more, or you could practice pelvic tilt as your alternative, removing any cushioning from underneath the head. And just pushing the feet into the floor, heel the hips skywards, lifting up into your bridge. So your chest is greeting your chin, and then your chin is just lifting slightly. Big breaths into the belly, really opening up through the front of the body. Tuck the chin a little bit, lengthen the back of the neck. And again, just a little tiny lift away with the chin. And then releasing. Healing all the way back down, healing all the way back down through the vertebrae. Come back one vertebra at a time, gently releasing. And then bring the knees in towards the chest. Just cross over at your ankles. Take the hands to the backs of the thighs. And then just rock up into a seated position. So as you come up now, I've been on the floor for a long time. Do you have a drink? And then, so once you've had a drink, if you'd like to come into a seated position, it could be on your cushion, it could be on your block, it could be in a chair, wherever you would like to be. Just make sure that you're comfortable. Just take your time. Inhaling, exhaling. And then we'll just place the hands into the lap. So right hand over left. And then inhale, we're going to reach the arms overhead. Bring your right arm in front. So you're just crossing at the wrist. And then exhaling, release. Right hand on top. And then inhale this time. Take the arms out to the side. Right arm in front. So the wrists are crossing. Exhale as you release. Again, right palm is on top of left. Let's do that once more. So you're inhaling. Right hand in front. Exhaling, release. You can close your eyes if you wish. This time as you come down, just bring your left palm on top. We'll do it 3 times the other way. So you know what you're doing. Close your eyes. So inhaling as you float the arms up. Left hand in front this time. And exhaling as you release. So really thinking and focusing. Synchronizing breath and movement. And exhaling. Just one more. Exhaling. This time as the hands come back, bring the hands to the belly. So your right hand is on top, hands on the abdomen. And then on the inhale, just float the arms out to the side. And on the exhale, just bring the hands back to the belly. Again, you could close your eyes and that just repeats. So inhaling as the hands come out to the side. Exhale as the hands come back to the belly. Right hand on top. Once more, exactly the same. Inhaling. So this time it's exactly the same, but you're inhaling as you lift. As you exhale, your left hand is on top as the hands come back to the belly. We'll do that twice more with left hand on top. So inhaling. And just take your time, synchronize the breath with the movement. And then this time we're just going to alternate. So inhaling, exhaling. So on the inhale, just open your mind to the vast abundance of creation, and to the infinite possibilities it can bestow. As you exhale, feel contentment, security, and peace filling the abdomen, replenishing your energy, your emotional strength. Just do that once more. And then just move the hands to the heart. Bring the right hand on top. And again, we're just going to move the hands outwards. So inhaling, exhaling. You're just alternating this time. So left hand on top. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling as you move the hands outwards. Feel any bad feeling dissolving. Allow all negativity and heaviness to just float away. And as you exhale them back, just feel emotional warmth. Allow your heart to soften, inviting love, light, kindness, and forgiveness back to your heart. Just pause a moment, close the eyes. Smile down into the heart center. And then this time, so from the heart center, so this is the gesture of giving and receiving. So inhaling, reach the arms out in front of you. And then exhaling, bring the hands back to the heart. And again, we'll just alternate hand position. Inhaling. Exhaling, just allow yourself to receive goodness, love, and abundance of the universe. Sending out peace and love. Just let and allow emotional warmth to flow from your heart to everybody who needs it. And then exhaling, you're the receiver of goodness and love and universal abundance. Just feel that warmth flow out from your heart to all those in need. So you're offering yourself as an instrument of peace. And then on the exhale, stay this time. Your eyes closed. Pause in a tranquil moment for a few breaths. Smiling down into the heart center. And then from there, so if you release the hands over the knees. And then inhale as you lift your chin, lift your chest. Just let your shoulders roll back. And then exhale as the shoulders roll forward. Drop the chin towards the chest, pull the navel back towards the spine. Just continue with that upper back flex. Inhaling back to center now. And then from here, if you transition into the all fours position, so finding that comfortable position on all fours, making any adjustments for your wrists or your knees, using any padding. Looking down between your hands with a flat back. And then inhaling, we'll lift the tailbone, hollow the back, lift the chin up. Exhaling, drop the tailbone down, arch the back up, chin to chest. Just continue with that smooth flow. So spreading out through the vertebra so that the discs can replace the fluid lost in the day. Strengthening the muscles that support the spine. Using your ujjayi breath, your ocean breath. And then find your neutral spine on the next inhale. And preparing for downward facing dog, we take the toes under, drop the tailbone back towards the heels, and then lift the knees, so you're pushing into the hands. Take the tailbone skywards, bring the head between the arms, stay with the knees well bent, so you're lengthening along your torso. Get the strength through the arms, through the legs. So it's good strengthening of the upper back, a good release for the thoracic spine. You start to create a concaving of the upper back between the shoulders. Take some breaths there. So if you keep the knees quite well bent, you come into dog. You don't get that rounding through the spine. And then inhale as the head comes forward of the hands. Exhale as you drop your knees down. Just take your toes out. And then from there, you can walk the hands forward so that you release into a prone position on your tummy. And as you come onto your tummy, just take the legs wider and just find that support of the ground, feel that connection between the pelvis and the mat, and just bend your knees and roll a little. Release the lower back. Just find that little bit of movement through pelvis, through the hips, through the legs. So it should feel nice as you just allow the front of the body to settle and mold into the mat. And then so we're going to find mat cross in the crocodile pose on our front. So you could, one way of coming into it is to have the arms folded in front of you, and you could bring a cushion on top of your hands and release your forehead, so either onto a cushion or onto your top arm. So that's one way of working with it. Another way of working with macros and the crocodile is to have the elbows directly underneath the shoulders with the arms folded. Or you can again have the elbows directly underneath the shoulders and you can cup your face with your hands. And then again, make any little adjustments. You can have the feet just about hip width apart and allow the pelvis to settle. If you want to take a little roll about a little bit. So a good pose for back pain. Just close your eyes, tend to your breath. Find that easy, even flow. So it can be quite beneficial for things like slip disc, sciatica, low back pain. Also be helpful for asthma and other lung conditions. So it can strengthen the core muscles and also help with digestion. And again, you have quite a prolonged stay in macros and can be quite helpful. Spread out toes a little bit, like connect with the mat. Send that smile down into the heart. And then we'll release. As you release, you can fold your arms in front of you. And again, you could have a blanket or just a shallow cushion on your arms, and then rest your forehead either on your arms or with a little bit of padding. If you've got an eye pillow, that would be helpful as well, so that your forehead is comfortable. And then from that position, if you take your toes under and then stretch your way through your heels so that the legs come away from the mat and keep pushing away. So this is good for stabilizing the sacroiliac joints. Pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. Just hold that, pushing, pushing. And then as you release the legs, release the toes, let the heels roll out to the sides, let the big toes overlap. And again, you're just resting your forehead on your arms. I'm not resting my forehead on my arms so that my voice isn't muffled. Just see the screen. So just resting there, settling through the pelvis, settling through the lower back. And then release the feet. Bring the hands alongside the chest. And then push back through the palms so you're sitting back onto your heels. Just find that stretch through the lower back. And then we come up into our elongated cat position on all fours. And again, you can come into cat or you can come into downward facing dog. If you're coming into dog, take your toes under, Sit bones drop back to the heels. Knees are lifting. Tailbone is reaching skywards, dropping the head between the arms. Have the knees well bent. Feel that length along the sides of your torso. Release the head and neck a little bit. So find that length through the spine. And take some bigger breaths. So in through the nose, just sigh the breath out through the mouth there. And then inhale, head comes forward of the arms. Exhale, drop the knees down. Take the toes out. Sweep up. Find a nice tall kneeling position. Inhaling. Exhale, relax. And lower the arms back down. And then from that position, just reach the arms out to the sides. Bring the hands onto the shoulders. So we're going to find another twist here. And then exhaling, we're going to twist around to the left. Inhaling, you're going to come back to center. Exhale as you twist around to the right. Inhale as you come back to center. So you feel this through the mid part of your spine. Just moving slowly with the breath. Do one more to each side. And then relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Going to come up into standing. So again, have a little drink if you would like to as we come up. Just finding your standing pose now. Just make sure that you're comfortable. Bringing the hands onto the hips. You're going to find a balance. So just taking the weight over into the left foot. And then just lifting up through that right knee. And then releasing. So lifting up through that right knee. And release. Once more lifting. And releasing. Shift the weight over into the right foot. As you lift up through your left knee. Exhale as you soften and release. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, release. Just one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Just find your mountain pose. Come into forward bend now. So we find our water wheel. So bend your knees, hinge forward from your hips, and then slide your hands down the fronts of your legs. Just come as far as you would like to into your forward bend, and then inhaling, glide back up, just engaging your core muscles, hands move to the lower back. So just moving between a forward bend and a backward bend. So you could just go in halfway if you wish. You don't have to come all the way to the floor. Just find that smooth rhythm. And then we'll introduce the Brahmari on the exhale. So your humming breath. Back on the inhale. So as you move into your exhale, using your Brahmari B breath. Just one more. All the way back up. Again, as you come back up, you could either close your eyes or just drop your gaze. Just bring the hands onto the belly. So Brahmari really good for lowering blood pressure, promoting a feeling of tranquility. So one of the most notable effects of the practice is to induce a feeling of happiness. So it tends to promote feelings of contentment when we practice that B breath Brahmari. So it's a really useful tool during times when your emotions feel volatile or unsettled. And you can do it in the way that we've been doing it, or you can plug the ears and practice the Brahmari breath. So if you come back down now, come into a seated position once more. And again, that could be on a chair if you wish. And as you come back down, so we're going to practice a little more that Brahmari breath. And this time we'll do it closing the ears. So you can either close the ears with the finger, or you can also do it with the heel of the hand if you prefer. So however you'd like to do it. And then so we're breathing in through the nose on the inhale, and then your Brahmari, your B breath on the exhalation. And then just releasing. Bring your hands into your lap. Stay with your eyes closed. And notice how you feel. Stay with the rhythm of your breath. You can use a gentle ujjayi if you wish. Just smiling down into your heart center. This time, just bring the hands over the heart. Just drop your thoughts down into your heart space. Stay with your breath. As you inhale, just feel any bad feelings dissolve, any negativity or heaviness that may have built up in the mind or the body, just allow it to float away. And then rest in a feeling of emotional warmth, heart softening. So we invite in love, light, kindness, and forgiveness into our heart. And then as you release your hands, we're going to come into lying down now. So do make yourselves really comfortable, have a drink, and just make sure that you've got everything that you need so that you're completely comfortable. Take this time to settle. So finding that comfortable lying down position and wherever you would like to be. As you close your eyes, just bring your shoulders back so that the heart shines up towards the sky. Shoulder blades are pulling together a little behind you, opening up through the heart center. Soften through the knees, soften through the belly. As you breathe, just open out through the chest. Let the shoulders soften and relax. I'm aware of your breath. I'm aware of that feeling as it enters and leaves the body. And feel as if on the in-breath, you can spiral it down into the belly. And on the out-breath, just let it out through the soles of your feet, drawing energy in through the top of your head, down through your heart and your belly, releasing it through your thighs, through your knees, and through your feet. As you take your attention down, just imagine that from the base of your spine, there's a shaft of light that goes down through your legs, through both feet to meet the earth, to meet rock, to meet water. So beneath you, your own rooting system. And the deeper you can root your energy, the greater your capacity to expand above the surface. And every tree is as big below the soil as it is above. So just take some time and adjust your body, just if you need to, so that you can feel your own root system dropping from the spine directly into the ground and from the soles of your feet into the ground and becoming intimate with the earth, feeling the tendrils of your energy system wrapping around rock, searching through soil, drinking underground water, going down and out and down and out, and feel the strength of your roots, the confidence of your roots, and the comfort of being in that still, dark place, that intimacy with the earth. Every root tip, every tendril is a way to breathe earth energy back up, bringing nourishment back up your legs, back up your spine, into your pelvis. As you draw your attention back up your strong legs, feel the trunk of the tree within you that knows how to stand tall, that knows how to embody fully, and find your comfort with that. And really feel what your trunk is like. And as your energy rises, as you draw it up to your heart, and you feel your gratitude for the forests, for the trees, for their example, their stature, their beauty, their grace, their patience, their rootedness, their generosity, and the breath that they provide for us, the soil they create for us. So many gifts from the trees. And can you let your heart be touched? Can you find yourself surrounded by them, your roots mingling with theirs? And can you let that gratitude spread out from your heart down your arms as your arms expand like branches and you open your upper body, saying yes to the sky, yes to life. These trees do not hold back, they give of their nature fully. So in this moment, breathing in through your roots, opening your chest, your arms, your heart, your fingertips, your face, and the full surface of the top of your body, to say yes to the sky, yes to the wind, yes to the sun, yes to the moon, yes to the birds, yes to life. And as you breathe in, you can become porous to it and bring it right into every cell of your body, becoming that tree that you are, fully expressed, fully grounded, rooted, open, alive, letting the fullness of that feeling, the beauty, the vitality, the joy of that spread from top to bottom. So you can take this energy and this experience fully into your life, being the tree that you are, being the gateway that you are to the expression of your soul, as you choose to be fully alive in this moment. And now, if you're working with the Sankalpa, now is a good time to express your Sankalpa, formulation of your intention that will allow you to achieve your defined goal. So this way of converging all your resources, conscious and unconscious, and make your whole being work in one and the same direction. Seed idea that you plant, a notion that will germinate and become the reality that shapes your life. So please repeat your sankalpa now. And now imagine that you're standing in front of the most beautiful tree in full blossom. And walk up to the tree and place your hands on her trunk and feel your feet mingling with her roots, and breathe with her and feel the strong upward surge of energy, that yes to life. And imagine your body now merging with the tree, and your body full of that sap that is celebrating the upward surge of energy. The arms as the branches, and your face filled with sunshine from above you. Feeling that limitless sky and the fullness of nature. Nature never does anything half-heartedly. And feeling at your fingertips and every part of your body, every part of your surface, bathing in that sunshine. So you feel more awake, more alive, and letting your body remember what it feels like to be beautifully alive. Giving yourself permission to feel your fullness, your rootedness, your connection to yourself, expressing all that you are as nature, entirely beautiful, to blossom because you can. And in doing so, inspiring others to do likewise as you step out into the world to inspire and to be all that we are. If there's any feeling of stuckness in the body now, just allow it to release with the breath. And remembering that we were not born to be small, and we've been extraordinary from our first breath. And let yourself feel it. Once more, repeating your sankalpa, your seed idea that you plant within you, your notion that will germinate and become that reality that shapes your life. Now bring your awareness back, to your body, lying upon the surface upon which it's lying, within your room, within the four walls that surround you. And take your awareness into your hands, into your feet, your fingers, your toes, and just bring some gentle movement in there. If the legs are extended, you might wish to bend your knees. You may wish to bring some gentle swaying movement to the knees, maybe rolling the head from side to side, or taking bigger stretches if your body would like to move in some other way.